What I do, how I create my day in the spiritual practices, is when I notice that anything that's taken my life force, because I watch energy take in and out of form, whether it's attacking me, overlording me, if it's beneath me, and inside of me, I look at it, and when my soul says, well, what should I do? Then I ask the question, what's my intention with this? So I create my day by getting guidance. I say, thank you for arranging my day, even though I don't even know what it is, because it'll be created better than I can. I am going to ask, what is the intention for Monday? And they're saying that there is no intention, so you're going to have to make sure you understand that when you create your day, to use intention. What'd you get?
I got purification and choosing peace.
That's
which
cool.
is funny because of what we were talking about. So yeah, we have to purify, we have to heal in order to be able to, it's really great. I choose peace. I'm going to have peace in my world. Well, what has to happen is you have to purify, which is what we were just talking about, upgrade and heal so that peace does become the option. I feel like my thoughts just kind of went
because it came over to me. What's interesting is that I have no idea. I just grabbed a card and I didn't have any intention, and this is what happens when you don't have intention, I guess. You may be mistaken a rogue wag for a fun ride. You may only coast for so long before you hit the shoreline with a smack. The tide is being ebbing, and your activities are now preparing you for what that wonderful wave comes in for you to ride. You are meant to learn how to be a strong swimmer. Don't worry, preparation ensures a successful result. However, you must wait patiently for the right moment to come. Now is the time for conscious preparation and skill building. If without intention, you never know which ride to, what wave to ride on. Without intention, you won't have that inner guidance system you need. So then all of a sudden, you think, oh, now's the time. And then all of a sudden you crash. Oh, crap. So there is a time when you have intention, the universe works with you to prepare your path and to move on to that next set of where you're supposed to be. So the intention is, so why is it that we create, we have a wonderful service, and I know we do. We're more or less on the pioneer edge of taking everything that's already out there and compiling it and creating a voice of where we are. If you look in the back, you have Tesla. Think about that. Tesla was during the era where other people were developing electrical things and stuff. Everybody else got patent, and he was considered the crazy one. And he had a different version of how he wanted to show life and how it looked and where things were going. And when that occurred, he was bringing something new onto the planet, but not really too new because everybody else was doing it. But his voice was different, very unique. Well, what about this area with this? And it wasn't until after he died that people confiscated his stuff, the government did, hid away most all of his things, and the people that their patents were based on his technology, they reversed it in court so that he now gets recognized. But when you're bringing something new on the planet that has a unique voice, sometimes you hear way before your time just so you can set the seeds. Mm-hmm. For those that come in next, will be able to make it grow.
Yes. And
usually we're taught in this world that you won't be recognized and you won't get recognition until you die.
Right, great artists don't get to sell their paintings for millions of dollars till they're dead.
That's your biggest ones because that's about expressiveness of who you are.
That's a fabulous catalog of life.
And I know that I'm bringing onto this part of the planet stuff. Again, this is all the stuff. I mean, Swedenborg, when was Swedenborg doing his thing?
Mid-18th century.
In the 18th centuries. I mean, Jen thought I had studied Swedenborg to some degree. I hadn't even known the guy. But there's already the stuff that's here on the planet, and it's rearranging them. But see, now I'm at the pioneer level of showing you the quantum law of attraction. There's quantum physics, and then there's law of attraction, but when you put them together, it doesn't have a voice. We've talked about mirrors and relationships, souls relationships. We've talked about what I like about you is what I like about me. What I don't like about you is what I don't like about me. And we go on such a deeper scale to help you understand that you are soul first and you project life because this is an illusion. All these answers are here when you take and allow yourself to bring in something new. So we're bringing in something new, and I look up and I'm like, okay, 1 week we have our chat room completely full, and the next our boards are completely full. We have one phone call after another, and my intention was today, do the radio show, do what I'm supposed to do. Thank you, God, for arranging my day. Now, as a human being, I'm looking going, why all of a sudden we have no callers? Why everybody's, a lot of people have a routine. How do we line up ourselves to those that want to hear it? I know people like psychics, but yet I present it differently. And most people look at it and says, oh my God, I don't want to hear that. You're telling me I have flaws. No, I'm not telling you you have flaws. That's how you're interpreting it.
This is where you're losing energy and life force.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And it may be something that you're so used to, and it's so part of your comfort zone and so ingrained into your daily routine that, what do you mean I have to give that up?
Exactly, because that's who you are.
Because
you're
and
over-identifying.
that's the interpretation. When first hearing the information, I remember feeling that way on many different issues. And you're simply saying, if you're running this program, if you imagine that we're like a computer, the computer is a great analogy, we're a computer, and you've got this program running, and it's stealing your life force. It's making the rest of your operating system run slow. It's like the virus scan and that kind of thing to say, okay, this program is taking away energy, and you could be operating at such a higher level if you got rid of this program. Our mind, our first interpretation of that is, but I like it! I want that! That's mine! Don't take it away from me! But it's then once you start, and it's the definition, and going through that defining process of what we just did with mortification a little while ago, you start defining, what does it mean to have this? Well, what does it mean to have this? Who would you be if you didn't have this going? Well, I don't know. And then, okay, so what does it feel like when you don't know? When I don't know something and I'm uncertain, what does that bring up? And so then you have to go, and so then is that uncertainty something that's afraid, or that that is causing discomfort? And so it's all those fine layers of taking away the programs that are taking life force away.
And if we look at it from another point, I love the analogy you gave. Look at it from this. Here we are, we're completely whole. Something like a tragedy, I can't say the word,
Tragedy.
And a trauma and a drama occur. What happens is that then your life force, the energy flows, and you then have to become something else. And when bad stuff happens, that is your subconscious way of saying, how do I get you to change from being this person into the next level of who you're supposed to be? And sometimes we have to be slapped so that we can take our mindset off of where we're looking and then create a new vision. Like the part of growing up and you're supposed to do this and you refuse to learn it. Like when two people are married and you're supposed to learn how to take care of the family, and then all of a sudden your husband dies and you're like, now you're forced to? Okay, that is one thing that we have learned and thought we had to do, is to see all changes take place on the subconscious level. And when the subconscious level needs to change, how are you going to pay attention to hear what the changes are? And if you can't hear the changes, then how many times is it going to take? And usually it could be a major bitch slap. Something bad can occur just so that your subconscious level will change. It's what I call path switching. We'll talk about that more maybe in a few minutes or later. But it is tapping into your identity. Here's the illusion. Here you are. And how you identified that moment, you labeled it, you put emotions on it, you define it, you created a relationship with it, good or bad, indifferent, it's there. And when that program worked for you but no longer does, then it's actually depleting your life force. So when I had to understand that mortification, yes, it has a different label, but really it's about how to respond. I asked Jen, what time are you going to get up? She says, at this time. So my mind, I better not take my shower then. I get up immediately, take my shower, then before I come out here, because I can come out in the kitchen and my office and get completely lost. 3 hours later, I'm like, dang it, I missed my shower, I can't even get dressed. So my routine is to get up, jump in the shower. So when I asked her politely, oh, when you get up, she said, at this time, my mind went into old practice of, oh crap, she's going to get up at the same time I am. I better obey and let her go first. Where in the world is the rule that says that they have to go first? And I started to pay attention to this. So when she said she's getting up, here it's like 10 after, I'm like, oh hell, I'm jumping in the shower. So I jumped in the shower, and then I got out even before she finally, she said she's going to wake up. She didn't say she was going to take her shower then.
Yeah, you said, what time are you going to get up?
In my mind, I have a routine. Boom, 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 boom.
I gave you the answer when my alarm was going to go off.
Exactly.
And it's so funny because we haven't done that before.
No.
I know because my sleeping pattern's kind of like been off the last week or two or whatever, and you said, okay, let's arrange this, which is something different that we haven't done. Because normally we can jump in the groove and get into it without even having to check in and say, what are you going to do? But it was something must have been afoot.
But deep down, I've always thought, oh my God, I have to, and I didn't even realize the pattern was there. That's why I pay attention. And then I'll jump in the shower before you do, and I'm thinking, oh, she probably thinks I'm trying to be first. And it's the old pattern of how I'm going to get in trouble if I do it in my routine. So I'm unraveling and healing all of the steps. How about if we take that caller, and then we'll get back to our story.
Alrighty.
Area code 610, you're on the air with Brenda and Jen.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, this is Sandy. How are you doing?
Good, and how are you?
Doing okay.
And how can we help you?
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, there was a delay there.
Okay, so how can we help you, dear?
I was calling in because, I'm not sure what's going on. I just, for the past few days, I've been experiencing, hello?
Yes, we're listening.
We're listening.
Some discomfort in my, I would say, lower abdomen area, and I think it's related to gases or, like sometimes when I take too long to eat or whatever.
Okay.
But it's been very bothersome. So I don't know.
Okay.
If you're picking up anything
Yes. What I'm seeing, okay, is that, remember, everything's based on energy, so energy is coming into your space, and it says that your body's going into a great alarm. The stomach is the alarm system, and when you have disturbances about how you can't process something, so you're not consciously aware of the fact of this energy. It's not evil. All it is the energy of how people...
Do you think it's energy in my house?
Let me ask, is the energy in the house? No, it's about how you're going to have to interact with people.
Oh.
Now, have you decided, have you started a new job? Have you started going to school?
No. It's something, it's a discomfort I feel that, I even have to, I'm taking some over-the-counter, medication. I'm trying to take some other alternatives because it is bothersome. It is painful,
Yes, and what we're saying is what's causing a physical reaction is how you're interacting with people. But if you want to say what is physically going on, then we can skip all of the spiritual insights and just go into the physical aspect of it. And it looks like you are having, your body is in alarm, so your immune system is attacking. You might have an infection or a yeast or something because your body looks like it's building up energy to attack, and that's where the pain's coming in. I'm asking if it's a specific organ that is going on. No, and it's the body's reaction to... Now, let me ask you, do you have any wheat allergies, gluten issues?
No, it's mostly what's hurting me is like when I wait too long to eat. There's an accumulation of like gases.
Correct.
And,
okay.
Like I've been trying to do certain things to suppress that. It works, but like when I wait too long to eat, it's too late, and even if I eat, I know it's going to pain me.